Greetings, Emissaries, and welcome back to another installment of our Weapon Spotlight Showcase, a series where we break down the various changes made to particular weapons that are planned for the final release of Archthrones. I'm your host, StrugglerVA, and this time around we've got another exclusive weapon to show off alongside a large number of changes to the following weapons: Farron Greatsword, Cathedral Knight Greatsword, and Ledo's Colossal Hammer. Our exclusive weapon featured in today's showcase will be the Seaspike. Let's begin. The Farron Greatsword is iconic when it comes to Soulsborne armaments. While we did change a considerable amount of this weapon, we did so in a way that preserved what made this weapon so beloved in the first place. Instead of a complete overhaul, our aim with this weapon was to expand upon its unique behaviors by adding new tools that this weapon can use in tandem with its moveset, which is unlike any moveset from both past and present FromSoft titles. You'll notice that its one-handed moveset is unchanged. However, when two-handing the weapon, its right-handed light attacks have been altered into a broad sweeping slash, followed by a dagger thrust, followed by an upward slash. It's important to note that this dagger thrust does not trigger the internal hit counter. This allows you to true combo up to 3 light attacks as well as many other interesting combinations of attacks. Next, its left-handed paired light attack chain has had its final hit changed to a different animation, although it functions entirely the same as it did before. We've repurposed its old animation to be made into its two-handed forward heavy attack. This acrobatic maneuver can be done on command from a neutral stance. Use it to close distance, end combos, or punish foes that try to recklessly retreat from the range of your sword. As a small bonus, this attack causes a hard knockdown to human-sized foes, proving to be a versatile tool in your arsenal to say the least. Next, its two-handed forward light attack is a swift forward advancing slash with the dagger. This attack is blindingly fast, although it does little damage. It provides an excellent approach to a weapon whose attacks are generally on the slow side. Use this against foes that rely heavily on passively observing your attack behaviors, waiting for you to swing first so they can counterattack. Rush them down with swift attacks from your dagger, then nullify their counterattacks with poise-empowered swings from your greatsword. Lastly, its weapon art has been changed from parry to stomp, Legion thrust, a technique used by the Undead Legion to pierce through foes while maintaining the posture to withstand incoming attacks. This attack's damage potential skyrockets when used with the Ledo ring to maximize thrust counterattack damage. And that pretty much concludes the Farron Greatsword segment. Let's move on to the Cathedral Knight Greatsword. Aside from its two-handed thrust heavy attack, the Cathedral Knight Greatsword shares every single attack with the Greatsword Colossal Sword, down to its weapon art. Originally, this weapon borrowed a couple attacks from the Great Hammer weapon class, namely its one-handed and two-handed roll attacks. My guess is that FromSoft wanted to emphasize that although a sword, this weapon utilizes striking just as Great Hammers do. We wanted to play off this design choice by expanding upon its moveset to incorporate more striking and visually heavy-looking attack animations, just so we could further differentiate it from the Greatsword. Firstly, its one-handed attack chain is a mixture of both colossal weapons and colossal swords, featuring a vertical slam, followed by a horizontal swipe, followed by another horizontal swipe. It's important to note that the first vertical slam deals colossal weapon stun. This allows you to true combo your first light attack into your weapon art, Stomp Sweep, for a high damage conversion that causes a hard knockdown. We've toned down the damage of Stomp Sweep to account for this change. This will now allow you to use this primarily defensive weapon art in an offensive manner as well. Next, its one-handed heavy attack has been changed to a broad horizontal swipe that covers an incredible amount of space in front and around you. This is your crowd control and roll catcher localized to a single button, but also contrasts its initial vertical light attack. Its one-handed roll attack is the roll attack found on most Colossal weapons. Its two-handed light attack chain has been altered drastically. Its initial light attack is now a horizontal swipe, followed by a vertical slam, followed by a spinning horizontal swipe. It of course keeps its light attack to heavy attack true combo from vanilla, just with a different coat of paint. It also gained a new combo. By inputting weapon art directly after your second two-handed light attack, you can true combo into Stomp Sweep. Next, its two-handed roll attack has been changed to a thrust, which allows the weapon to make better use of its length. Following that, its two-handed forward heavy attack has been changed to a running thrust attack, reminiscent of the Cathedral and the Consumed King's Knights. And that's about it for the Cathedral Knight Greatsword. Let's move on to Ledo's Colossal Hammer. As you probably guessed by the name change, this weapon has migrated into the Colossal weapon class. Mainly because it's just far too large to be considered a great hammer. Let's begin with the less interesting stuff. Aside from its standard Colossal weapon features, its two-handed and one-handed heavy attacks have received improved speed and tracking. As before, they were kind of pitiful without its Call to Stone attack buff. Speaking of its Call to Stone buff, it functions slightly different than how you last remember it. Normally, upon buffing the weapon with stone, fully charging a heavy attack will cause the stones to launch off the weapon, turning into a deadly projectile that inflicts a large amount of stun. You can now utilize this technique by using your two-handed roll attack, two-handed forward heavy attack, and two-handed running light attack. All three of these attacks will cause the stones to shoot off towards your target. That's pretty much it for Ledo's. Although I should mention that the idle animation for its two-handed stance has been changed to use the polearm idle, allowing you to more clearly see what's in front and around you. With that out of the way, let's move on to the Seaspike. Lastly, allow me to introduce you to the Seaspike, a long and slender blade of Astoran make, occupying the light greatsword class of weapon. The pommel of this weapon depicts a hydra, a beast that is well avoided by some and hunted as prize game by others. Gone are the days of hunting in the cursed lands of Astora. The sword's moniker provides remembrance of a simpler time. With a scaling of C in strength and D in dexterity, this weapon can play the role of main hand weapon on a large variety of builds, should you have the stats to wield it. This weapon requires 18 strength and 16 dexterity for its worth to be fully realized. Those able to wield this weapon are rewarded with an incredibly versatile weapon that excels in both offensive and defensive tactics. Unlike the Drakeblood Greatsword, this light greatsword deals purely physical damage, causing its potential damage output to be rather high. Its weapon art, Wing Stance, allows the user to assault from the ground with a swift barrage of 3 slashes, or assault from the air with a far-reaching thrust that deals heavy amounts of damage if landed. The heavy follow-up possesses 3 frames of invulnerability, allowing you to outmaneuver your opponent should you time your attack correctly. That about wraps it up for today's Weapon Spotlight video. Thank you for watching, thank you for your continued support, and we hope you stick around for the final release. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on our other social media platforms so you can stay up to date on any Archthrones related news. If you want to support us, the links to our Ko-fi and Patreon are in the description as always. Until next time.